हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है और अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष साइंस एग्रीमेंट विद डब्ल्यूएचओ टू co-host second WHO global summit on traditional medicine in New Delhi. The Ministry of Ayush today signed an agreement with the World Health Organization (WHO) to co-host the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine on the theme "Restoring Balance for People and Planet: The Science and Practice of Well-being." The summit will be held in New Delhi from 17th to 19th December 2025. The Global Summit will serve as an important international platform bringing together experts, policymakers, and stakeholders to advance the role of traditional medicine in global health and sustainable development. DOT and Financial Intelligence Unit India signed landmark MOU to combat cybercrimes and financial frauds. In a significant step towards strengthening India's fight against misuse of telecom resources in cybercrimes and financial frauds, the Department of Telecommunications (DoT) and the Financial Intelligence Unit India (FIU) and IND today signed a comprehensive memorandum of understanding (MOU) to enhance information sharing and coordination. The MoU was signed by Shri Sanjeev Kumar Sharma, Deputy Director General (AI and Digital Intelligence Unit (DIU) DoT, and Shri Amit Mohan Goel, Director (FIU IND) in August. Presence of Dr. Neeraj Mittal, Secretary Telecom, and Shri Arvind Srivastava, Secretary and Revenue. Center disbursed over 2,400 crore has first installment of fifth Finance Commission grants to rural local bodies of Bihar, HP and UP. The Union government has released the first installment of United grants under the Fifth Finance Commission for the financial year 2025-26 to rural local bodies in Bihar, Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Bihar has received 801.009 crores for 38 eligible district panchayats, 530 block panchayats and 846 gram panchayats in the state. Himachal Pradesh has been allocated 67.955 crores covering all 12 districts panchayats, 80 eligible block panchayats and 3576 gram panchayats. Uttar Pradesh received 1548.3836 crores for 73 eligible district panchayats, 813 block panchayats and 57,633 gram panchayats. Government of India through Ministry of Panchayati Raj and Ministry of Jal Shakti Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation recommends release of 15th Finance Commission grants to states for rural local bodies, Panchayati Raj institutions, which are then released by Ministry of Finance. The allocated grants are recommended and released in two installments in financial year. The united grants will be utilized by rural local bodies and Panchayati Raj institutions for location-specific felt needs under the 29 subjects enshrined in the 11th schedule of the Constitution, except for salaries and other establishment costs. The tied grants can be used for the basic services of a sanitization and maintenance of ODF status, and this should include management and treatment of household waste and human excreta and fecal sludge management in particular, and supply of drinking water, rainwater harvesting and water cycling. India's first fleet of EV trucks with swappable batteries flagged off at JNPA by Shri Sarvanand Sonwal. The Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarvananda Sonwal, flagged off India's first fleet of electric heavy trucks with swappable batteries at the Navha Seva Distribution Terminal in Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority (JNPA). This also made JNPA with the largest EV truck fleet in any of India's ports, boosting sustainable logistics. A heavy-duty battery swapping station was also commissioned. JNPA aims to convert 90% of its internal heavy truck fleet of about 600 vehicles by December 2026. During the event, an MoU was also signed between JNPA and ISEC Center for Public Policy ICPP, Ashoka University, Delhi. This MOU is to create a reference framework for port authorities to determine tariffs from both cost benchmarking and port benchmarking perspectives across various cargo types and commodities. 29th Conference of Central and State Statistical Organizations 2025 COSCO inaugurated in Chandigarh. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation MOSPI is organizing the 29th Conference of Central and State Statistical Organizations COSCO on 25th and 26th September 2025 at Chandigarh. The conference serves as a major forum for coordination between central and state statistical agencies with the objective of ensuring reliable, timely, and credible statistics for planners, policymakers, and the public to support evidence-based decision-making. COSCO has played an important role in strengthening center-state coordination since 1971. The theme of this year's POSCO is strengthening local level governance. The conference has brought together around 350 participants from more than 30 states, UTs departments, planning, DES and statistical organizations, central ministries and departments, experts from various other national and international organizations such as Indian Statistical Institute (ISI), Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute (IASI), Indian Council of Agricultural Research (ICAR), international organizations such as World Bank, UN agencies, and other stakeholders to deliberate on strengthening statistical systems for evidence-based governance and achieving the vision of Viksit Bharat. Trump announced 100% tariff on pharma imports, duties on trucks and furniture. US President Donald Trump unveiled a sweeping new set of import tariffs, including a 100% duty on branded and patented pharmaceuticals products. Effective October 1, 2025, the tariffs will not apply to companies that are actively building pharmaceuticals manufacturing facilities in the US. Border tariffs on furniture, kitchen cabinets, and trucks. The new tariffs extend beyond pharmaceuticals. Trump announced 50% tariffs on kitchen cabinets and bathroom vanities, 30% tariffs on 30% tariffs on upholstered furniture. India is a major supplier of pharmaceuticals to the US. According to the report by Hindustan Times, Indian exports reached $3.6 billion in 2024 and $3.7 billion in the first half of 2025. Major Indian companies including Dr. Reddy's, Sun Pharma, Lupin, and Aurobindo rely heavily on the US generics market. Non-bank funding rose as bank credit slowed in fiscal year 2025 RBI bulletin. Bank credit expansion moderated during 2024-25, but non-bank sources, both domestic and foreign, played a key role in bridging the funding gap for India's commercial sector. According to a research paper published in the Reserve Bank of India RBI bulletin, the increase in funding from non-bank sources was largely driven by equity issuance amid buoyancy in the domestic equity market, credit extended by non-banking financial companies (NBFCs), and a rebound in short-term external credit. UPI goes live in Qatar, starting with duty-free stores at Hamad Airport. Indian travelers can use Unified Payments Interface (UPI) apps to make purchases in Qatar, which this week became the eighth country to allow the popular digital transaction system. Qatar Duty Free was the first merchant to accept QR code-based UPI transactions, marking another step in the global expansion of India's real-time payment system. A partnership between NPCI International Payments Limited (NIPL), Qatar National Bank (QNB), and Japanese payment gateway (NETS) Stars enabled UPI acceptance at select point of sale (POS) terminals in Qatar. RBI mandates stronger two-factor authentication in new guidelines. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has mandated two factors of authentication for all types of digital payments in the country from April 1, 2026 to strengthen transaction security. As per the RBI, at least one form of authentication for a transaction must be dynamically created or proven. This means the proof of possession of this authentication should be unique to that transaction. According to the new guidelines, authentication measures include password, SMS-based one-time password (OTP), passphrase, PIN, card hardware, software token, fingerprint, or other biometrics, device native or Aadhaar-based. Currently, authentication for digital payments relies largely on SMS-based OTPs. Under the new rules, additional measures, including biometrics, can be implemented. However, the RBI clarified that the new rules do not call for the continuation of SMS-based OTPs as an authentication factor. India secures three medals at Para-Archery World Championship in Guangzhou. India has assured at least three medals at the Para-Archery World Championship in Guangzhou, South Korea, with a historic three Indian players to play for the gold medal in the compound open category. Paralympic bronze medalist Rakesh Kumar and international newcomer Toman Kumar have both advanced to the gold medal match in the men's compound open individual event. Rakesh seeded 7th, strength 3rd seed Nathan McQueen of Great Britain 147-143 in the other semi-final. Toman edged out fellow Indian Shyam Sundar Swami in a nail beating finish 144-43. Teenage sensation Sheetal Devi also stormed into the women's compound final. The 18-year-old Sheetal secured a spot in the women's compound final after beating Jodie Graham of Great Britain 145-140 in the semi-finals. Sheetal will now face world number 1 on Oznur Kuru Grady of Turkey in the title clash. Indian shooters won 5 medals at the ISSF Junior World Cup. In the ISSF Junior World Cup 2025, Indian shooters clinched all three podium spots in the women's 50-meter prawn event at the Dr. Karni Singh shooting range in New Delhi. Anushka Thakur won the gold medal in the women's 50-meter prawn rifle shooting event, edging out compatriot Anshik, who got the silver. Adya Agarwal claimed the bronze medal. In the men's event, India's Dipendra Singh Shekhawat narrowly missed the goal to shooter Kamil Nurmagomedov, who finished with the 1 point more. Rohit Kanyan won the bronze medal. A 69-member Indian shooting contingent is competing at the ISSF Junior World Cup in New Delhi. The New Delhi event, which concludes on October 2, will feature 2,208 shooters from 19 federations. SBI Mutual Funds rolls out Magnum Hybrid Long-Short Fund. NFO opens October 1. SBI Mutual Fund, India's largest assisted manager, on Wednesday launched its first investment strategy under the newly introduced Specialized Investment Fund (SIF) framework, the Magnum Hybrid Long-Short Fund. The new fund offer (NFO) opens on October 1, 2025 and will close on October 15, 2025. The internal investment strategy will invest predominantly in a mix of equity and debt securities with limited short exposure through derivatives. The fund aims to generate regular income through derivative strategies such as covered calls and arbitrage opportunities in the cash and derivatives segment, while also seeking long-term capital appreciation via unhedged equity exposure. Structure interval investment strategy with daily subscriptions, redemp- redemptions twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. Minimum investment 10 lakh initial applications. Additional purchases from 10,000 onwards. Investment options lump sum and SIP. Benchmark Nifty 50 hybrid composite debt 50-50. Investments can be made through lump sum and SIP. The benchmark for the investment strategy is the Nifty 50 hybrid composite debt 50-50 index TRI. The strategy will primarily invest 15, between 65% and 75% of its assets in equity and equity related instruments. The hedge portion will range 0 to 75%, including index futures, stock futures, index options, stock options, and other derivative strategies, such as covered calls, protective puts as part of hedge, and arbitrage exposure. The unhedged portion, consisting of short derivatives, will range from 0% to 25%. The strategy will also invest 25% to 35% in debt and money market in instruments, including unit of debt oriented mutual fund schemes, and up to 10% in units issued by REITs and InvITs. International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons, 26 September. The General Assembly commemorates 26 September as the International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons. This day provides as an occasion for the world community to reaffirm its commitment to global nuclear disarmament as a priority, provides an opportunity to educate the public and their leaders about the real benefits of eliminating such weapons and the social and economic costs of perpetuating them. Commemorating this day at the United Nations is especially important given its universal membership and its long experience in grappling with nuclear disarmament issue. और इसी के साथ करंट अफेयर्स हो जाती है समाप्त.